going to start.
I mean, why would we take a sewing lesson? What would be the point of taking a quilting lesson? If you've been doing it the way you've been doing it all along, what would be the point?
Another technician, new way of, technique to do a different way. You don't understand it one way, do it another way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you do it the way you do it, Joy, but why would I want to take a class from Vivian?
Because mine might be different.
And hers is.
And it doesn't make one person
No.
right
No.
and another
Everybody
person
has a
wrong.
different technique to do it.
Exactly. But wait a minute, I've been doing it this way all my life.
Well, try it another way. It might be easier.
You never know.
Old dogs can learn new tricks.
That's right.
A nice lady came in the other day wanting 3 yards of fabric to make a 3-inch border around a quilt.
Oh.
And I looked at her, I said, sweetie, you don't need 3 yards of fabric to make a 3-inch border around a baby quilt. And she said, well, but I just don't want to make a mistake. And I said, well, why don't you just try taking a class? Just try. Well, I've never taken a class. This is just the way I've always done it.
She could learn something new.
That was my point. And I think people are apprehensive to take classes because they just feel like maybe what they've always done is going to be challenged. But maybe being challenged, you can learn something and expand your knowledge.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where's
Make
the
new
harm in
friends,
that?
learn
Oh,
new
please,
skills.
make new
Correct.
friends.
Oh,
We wouldn't have,
yeah.
hey, Athena, our new friend. And it's not that anybody's trying to outdo anybody else, but there's so much to learn in the sewing world. Oh, I'm telling you.
Oh, really?
I just think I should.
I think
Why
You're
not?
welcome.
Exactly.
Same thing. I'd rather take one of yours.
Exactly. I
I
took
have-
your hat class. It was
Oh, I
a
think that was
blast.
It probably wasn't as good as some of you guys do, but I've always wanted to do it.
I think in the sewing and quilting world, there's no end
No.
to what can be learned.
Right.
And if you get stuck in a rut, you know, and that person that thought they needed 3 yards only needed like 5/8.
5/8.
And so I was able to save them so much money
Yep.
as opposed to what they came in here thinking they needed.
Yep.
So, you know, I think it just can be so much more fun getting together with others. And heck, we're having a good time watching her cut these little blocks.
Yeah.
I about had a throw up there.
Grab that.
Woo!
Hey.
I don't care. It just scared the living daylights out of me. I don't like those things.
What
I
was
love
it?
using them.
She grabbed it. We thought the blade was still out when she grabbed it.
Oh my goodness. And you know, back when our grandmothers were quilting and great grandmothers were quilting, they sat down and did it together as a community event.
Yeah.
But they did it after their, like y'all were saying.
Well, look at us
That's all
here.
their chores.
This is a community event.
Exactly. We're having a
Right?
good time.
We're having therapy.
yeah.
Relaxation.
Yeah. And even when we're in classes, we're all sitting around
Oh,
laughing
yeah.
and cutting up and
And that's something I never had. I didn't have a mother that knew how to sew,
Yeah.
or a grandmother that ever sewed.
yeah.
My mother learned to sew when I was in high school, when I taught her.
Yeah, my
She was
mother.
15
My
years
mother
old
doesn't
when she got
enjoy
married.
sewing, and that's okay.
Yeah.
My mother does other creative things that are
Oh yeah,
beautiful.
my mother is. If you say, I need something organized for an outfit, she sees it better than I ever have.
Mhm.
She's been, and she can create crafts better than most people. She's still doing the diamond painting thing.
hmm But I think what I was trying to get at was our I don't want to say forefathers, our foremothers
Yes.
did quilting as it was something that they needed in their homes, but they did the canning and they did the cooking and they did the sewing, and then when they finally sat down to do the quilting, it was something that they did as relaxing for them, and they used what they had. But our grandmothers and our mothers were sitting there learning it from square one,
Oh yeah.
you know, with little bits of fabric. So, you know, now we learn it differently, and our lives are different, and the way we were raised was different. So, you know, take advantage of the opportunities that are out there around you to learn.
I love
Yeah.
doing classes.
I
Just
do
to get
too.
myself feeling
Because you never know the tidbits you're going to pick up.
Oh
Right.
no.
Yes.
You know, I think the way that y'all teach students to look at a ruler and to visualize things and to handle the rotary cutters, these new tools that are out here that our grandmothers did not have.
Oh, they would have loved to have had the tools we
Oh,
had.
yes.
Yes.
I mean, I can remember my great grandmother on her treadle machine. She had, my grandfather was a tool and die maker, so he made her clamps, and she quilted on a treadle. I don't mean pieced. She did that too, but she quilted on her treadle, 90 to nothing. I mean, she
Pretty
was
good.
amazing. But she would, I mean, I think about her and I think about, wow, what would she have looked like on a long arm?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
absolutely frighteningly amazing,
Yeah.
probably.
That's just like the customer coming in here today, and he quilts,
Mm-hmm.
and I says, I quilt, but I use my embroidery machine.
He didn't know
He
about
didn't know
that.
anything about that, but he learned it today because I
Yeah.
showed him.
That's really
And
cool.
he likes this.
So he
embroidery.
likes that idea, so he's going to be checking into that.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Yeah.
so, you know, you find out information by coming to these quilt classes and stuff.
Yeah.
Learn how to do different quilts.
Yeah.
And
You
you
don't have to have
learn
long
that
arms.
if I don't know something, there's going to be somebody else that doesn't
Yes.
know it too.
But you can,
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And then-
There's no dumb
Yeah,
question.
there's no dumb question.
No,
and,
No.
you know,
if they ask a question that we don't know, I'd go find the answer.
Oh yeah,
Right.
That's the
absolutely.
fun part.
And you don't get that at the big box stores,
No.
because all those folks are shelf stockers. That's what they do, is stock a shelf, and even then the product is not as good a quality. So I think we're the answer to the men's barber shop.
yeah.
That's what we are for women. I think so.
Well, and it's easy to buy quilting supplies online. But where else can you find a community of quilters? Where else can you find that camaraderie? Where else can you find just the wonderfulness of being connected?
yeah,
and
I
I
like to
think-
say we're like Cheers.
Yeah. Everybody knows your name?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
As
I
you
mean,
come in the door,
that's right.
I got a
But
TV reference.
you know who popped in yesterday, and we were like, oh, there you are.
in.
We missed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so building that group of friends, I know
Yes.
y'all have been a blessing to me. So I think that's what helps, is having that community and that
Yeah.
place in town. And even though we do sell online and all over the place, I do have repeat customers, and so it's nice to see that too.
Well, and I think when you're talking about taking a class, it's scary not to know anybody and to walk in on your own
Yeah.
and say,
Yeah.
hey, I'm new in town, I need some quilt buddies,
And you
Um,
did that, but
And
we
I
love
did,
you.
but it's hard. It's hard to go into that first class and go, yeah, I don't know anybody, and everybody around you is talking and laughing, but quilters are not like anybody else. I think quilters are, on the whole, are very open and very generous and very giving of their time and their information, and we're all there to have
Wrap
a good
each other in a
time
blanket of love.
and to help each other. And it may not be easy to walk into a class cold,
But you'll be
but-
glad you did.
but you won't leave a stranger.
No, you
No,
will
you're
not.
right.
You will not.
And you will have a new circle of friends.
Yes. I think we had one class last year where a lady came and turned her table and faced the wall. And that was very heartbreaking.
Oh.
I kept popping in and watching y'all, and I kept looking and thinking, now why is that? And it kind of broke my heart to see that, but she did that. That table was not set that way when I set up the classroom. But everybody else was in there having a good time, laughing and cutting up and made beautiful projects. So that was, that was a good thing. And so I look forward to us having more years of good classes, good fun,
Yes.
from beginners to advanced, and I hope more people will take advantage of the opportunities that all of you wonderful instructors offer here, and the beautiful classes. Athena, you need to hold up some of those blocks so people can see what you're doing. Look at that. She's trimming up her blocks for her
Exploding
heart. Mackenzie's doing one too, but she's not here today, or she'd be trimming. So, well, thank y'all for tuning in. We just were having a great conversation here, and we wanted to share it with y'all. This is So and So's Place, and I hope y'all have a beautiful Saturday. We'll be here today till 2. And y'all have a wonderful Saturday. Enjoy this sunshine. Love y'all. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.